Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we are going to be testing out sublimation on heat transfer paper. So this is part of our series we have going on here, Can You Sublimate? So we're testing out different materials to see if you can actually do it. So what we're using today is Starcraft for light materials. This is Inkjet printable transfers. So this is what you call heat transfer paper. So what you're going to do is print this. Normally you would print this with Inkjet printer. We've already tested out printable heat transfer vinyl. So if you guys haven't seen that, that video will be linked above so you guys can see that, because that's two different types of materials. This material here is very similar to the Sawgrass Chromoblast paper and ink. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'll also have a video up above or down below to show you guys what is Sawgrass Chromoblast ink. So this is very similar, but you use your Inkjet printer. Being able to print on something like this with your sublimation ink is number one going to save you from having to purchase a Chromoblast printer if that was something you were interested in, or an Inkjet printer, as well as the Caesar Easy Subli. Now I will say that the heat transfer vinyl that we tested out before would be very similar to the Caesar Easy Subli, and this would be more similar to that Chromoblast. Like I said, if you guys don't know what Chromoblast is, highly recommend that you guys check out that link. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. So let me go ahead and show you. We've already printed out some, and I've already printed out as well in sublimation, a normal print with sublimation paper, just to show you the difference in the look of the print. Here's what your paper is going to look like before you print on it. This is the back, and you need to mirror just like you normally would with sublimation. You want to make sure you've mirrored your design. So I've already printed one here for you guys, and this is what it came out looking like. Does the ink smudge? Nope. So you're going to be able to print it out. The ink is not smudging. It went on here just like it would if you use the Inkjet printer. As you guys can see, it printed on here. Now I also printed it on the, this is the True Pix Classic sublimation paper. Both of these obviously same Sawgrass printer. This is with your heat transfer paper. This is with your sublimation. So you guys can see that black there. These colors are more vibrant on the sublimation paper than they are on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and cut it out and press it. Now with this, you want to go ahead and cut away the excess material. You can fussy cut this by hand, or you can use your print and cut feature with your Cricut or your Silhouette machine, or whatever die cut machine you have. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a basic fussy cut all the way around this thing, just like so. So as you can see, I just did a basic fussy cut. I wasn't too concerned because you're not going to be able to see this cut. It's just going to help us not have so much material on the t-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and use those same heat settings that it recommends if you were using the Inkjet printer. It's at 375 for 30 seconds because that's very similar if you were going to use Chromoblast. So let's go ahead and get ready to press this. All right, so today I'm using my Cricut pad here. This is the 14 by 14, and then I have about a 50 by 50 cotton. So you would be able to use this material on 100% cotton t-shirts if this works, and it's gonna be more affordable than Caesar Easy Subli. The first thing we wanna do, as usual, is go ahead and remove any sort of lint, as that can get trapped underneath. Next, we're gonna go ahead and pull out some moisture here. So we're just gonna go ahead and pre-press the t-shirt just as we normally would. Just like so, just pulling out any moisture and smoothing out the shirt. All right, so now we are ready to place this on our t-shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and place it face down, just figuring out about where I want it to be. I'm not gonna add any tape because we are going to peel this nice and hot very fast. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add a piece of parchment paper. Once again, I've got my Cricut Easy Press at 375 for 30 seconds, and you want heavy pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and get this, and I'm going to line it up just like so. Press the go button, and I'm going to give it a ton of pressure. You can also kind of lay your body on it just like so. All right, so that looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and lift it up. We're going to go ahead and remove this, and we are going to peel it nice and hot. So we're just going to go ahead and get us a corner here and peel. Don't worry if your paper peels. You're going to go ahead and go back and go get it. Sweet, so far it looks like it worked, and what we're going to do is I like to smooth everything out by adding my parchment paper back on top, and then we're going to go ahead and just press for, 1 to 2 seconds. You can kind of do something like this. It's just going to lay everything out nice and smooth, because this is the same with Chromoblast. it just helps smooth everything down. So at this point, you can go ahead and get it at an angle very slowly and peel. And it's just gonna go ahead and help smooth everything out. As you guys can see, these colors came out absolutely amazing. It definitely worked. So can you sublimate heat transfer paper? And you definitely can. So this is new. This is going to be amazing. You're going to be able to sublimate on some cotton with these. It's very similar to the Sawgrass Chromoblast. So if that's something you've been wanting to get into, just purchase yourself some heat transfer paper. Now keep in mind, heat transfer paper is different from heat transfer vinyl. Now, one thing that I was first initially thinking about was I was going to press this entire sheet down, peel it, and then I was going to come back and sublimate that. But I'm glad that I just thought about just running this straight through the printer, and it totally worked. So I think I'm going to go back to my other video, and I'm going to run my heat transfer vinyl straight through the printer, see if it does any smudging, and see if that would be a whole lot easier. So the question to this is, can you sublimate heat transfer paper? And the answer is yes. I will leave down in the description, so make sure you guys check it out, whether this held up through the wash or not, which I do highly suspect it will. Now, if you guys do want to see a wash test, leave a comment down below and we will definitely do that for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.